For centuries, a kind of knowledge existed that was so powerful, it was hidden in plain sight, not locked away in ancient temples or buried in forbidden texts, but right here in the body of every woman. The priestesses of ancient Egypt knew it. The initiates of Eleusis guarded it. Taoist masters of inner alchemy whispered it from mother to daughter. The knowledge was both simple and profound. The female body isn't just biology. It's a living alchemical vessel, a sacred furnace where the universe's greatest transformation occurs. It's where chaos becomes cosmos, where darkness turns into light, where non-being springs into being. And power like that, it can't be controlled from the outside. A woman who truly owns her energy doesn't need external authority. She becomes the very portal through which creative force enters our world. She is the temple, the priestess, and the goddess, all in one body. And that is precisely why this knowledge was hunted down. Temples were burned. Priestesses were branded as witches and executed. Sacred practices were labeled as sin. Slowly, the very word woman was twisted into a synonym for weakness, for danger. But you can never truly extinguish a fire. It can smolder under the ashes for centuries, just waiting for the right moment to flare up again. And that moment is now. Our story begins with what I call the Great Forgetting. At the very foundation of our world, there's a lie. In ancient teachings, the universe is built on polarity, a dance of two equal forces, active and receptive, outgoing and receiving, sky and earth, yang and yin. But modern culture tells us something different. It insists that these poles are not equal, that action is better than receptivity, that light is higher than darkness, that yang is superior to yin. This isn't just a simple mistake. It's the core deception that humanity has been fed for millennia. In alchemy, the ancient science of transformation, you learn that without the receptive, the active is sterile. Without water, fire can't transform anything. Without the earth, the seed of heaven has nowhere to grow. Woman is embodied yin. She is not the weaker half. She is the necessary condition for anything to manifest at all. Without her, nothing crosses the threshold from the invisible to the visible, from potential to reality, from spirit into matter. This isn't just poetry. It's a fundamental principle of energy. If you look at every ancient mystery tradition, the highest, most guarded secret is always tied to the feminine principle. Think of Demeter and Persephone in Greece, Isis in Egypt, Shakti in India, or Inanna in Sumer. All of them are different faces of the same archetype. The woman as the guardian of the gates between worlds. It's through her body that souls enter this reality. It's through her energy that ideas take form. It is through her presence that chaos crystallizes into order. A woman who remembers this fundamental truth doesn't need priests to speak to the divine for her. She doesn't need kings to grant her power. She doesn't need philosophers to explain the nature of reality. She herself is a living temple, a microcosm reflecting the macrocosm. And that is exactly why the system had to break her. This destruction of feminine power didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, methodical, generational process. Step by step, one single idea was hammered into the collective consciousness. Woman is flawed, dangerous, wrong. Her body was called unclean, her monthly cycle a curse. Her intuition was dismissed as irrational and untrustworthy. Her sexuality was deemed sinful. Her deep need for solitude and inner reflection was labeled selfish or just weird. Her natural connection to the invisible realms, that was called witchcraft. And what was the result? Women began to distrust the only true authority they ever had, their own bodies, their own energy. So they started to copy masculine energy, because that was labeled the correct way to be. They began to live by yang laws, completely denying their yin nature. They pushed outward when their very essence is to build inward. They tried to shine like the sun when they were born to move with the cycles of the moon. And in doing so, something inside broke. Just look around you today. Millions upon millions of women are living in a state of chronic depletion. They have successful careers, families, achievements, and yet they feel fundamentally empty. They wake up even more tired than when they went to bed. Their bodies ache. Their souls are screaming for something more. Their lives just don't seem to click, no matter how much effort they put in. Do you know why? It's because they are trying to be the sun, forgetting they are the moon. They are trying to be fire, forgetting they are water. They are trying to be the sky, while denying they are the earth. But water cannot burn. The moon cannot shine with the same light as the sun. Earth cannot fly. Every energy has its own laws, its own sacred path. The first step to reclaiming your power isn't about doing more. It's not about adding another thing to your to-do list. The first step is to remember who you truly are, not according to the latest trends, not according to your family's expectations, and not according to social standards, but according to your cosmic design. You are embodied yin. You are the sacred darkness from which all light is born. You are the abyss that contains all possibilities. And please hear this. This is not weakness. This is the most potent and creative force in the entire universe. Now, just for a moment, imagine what happens when a woman truly remembers this. Imagine a woman who knows her body is an alchemical laboratory, not a problem that needs to be fixed. A woman who uses her monthly cycle as a power map, not as a nuisance. A woman who creates from the deep wisdom of her womb, not just from her busy mind. A woman who builds her entire life around her own energy, not around the expectations of others. What happens? Her presence alone starts to bend reality. People feel different around her, calmer, more authentic, even if they don't know why. Opportunities seem to magically coincide with her desires. Relationships that are not aligned with her true self either deepen and transform, or they simply fall away. Her whole life begins to reorganize itself around her true frequency. This isn't a fantasy. This is what happens when a woman stops trying to live as a broken version of a man and returns to her original divine architecture. The rest of this journey is about how to do that, because just remembering isn't enough. You must ignite the sacred furnace within. In our next chapter, we're going to go deeper into the body itself, into the pelvis, into the sacred furnace where female alchemy actually happens. Thanks for joining me on this first step of the journey. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next part. We're just getting started. Have you ever felt like you're running on empty, drained, anxious, and completely disconnected from your own body? It's like you're stuck in a constant state of alert, where every email, every deadline, every little thing feels like a major threat. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, there's a powerful, practical way to shift from this chronic stress to a state of calm, centered power. In classical alchemy, the Athanor was the furnace that turned base metal into gold. Well, you have your own inner furnace, a place of transformation. It's not some mystical concept. It's a very real place in your body, your lower abdomen, your pelvis, your core. Ancient traditions knew this as a center of gravity and energy. It's where scattered energy gathers, where stress is processed, and where your creativity and drive are born. When this inner core is active and balanced, you feel grounded, calm yet energized, and clear in your decisions. But when it's shut down, you feel tired, anxious, and stuck. So, how do we relight this inner fire? First, we need to understand what's putting it out. Our bodies are wired for survival. When we sense danger, we go into fight or flight mode. The problem is, our nervous system can't tell the difference between a real tiger and an overflowing inbox. So for many of us, the danger is constant deadlines, financial pressure, and the endless noise of social media. We live in a permanent state of alert. This leads to tension in your lower back and hips, poor sleep, and feeling emotionally flat. Your inner furnace simply can't work when a fire alarm is constantly ringing. So, the first step is simple. We must regularly shift our nervous system out of stress and into a state of safety. Let's start with a simple, powerful practice you can do right now. It's called core breathing. Find a comfortable place to lie on your back. Bend your knees with your feet flat on the floor. Now, place both hands on your lower abdomen, just below your navel. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose, and imagine your breath traveling all the way down to the space under your hands. Feel your belly gently rise. As you exhale, just let your body sink a little deeper into the floor. With each inhale, imagine you're bringing warmth and attention to this center. With each exhale, imagine you're releasing tension from your lower back, your hips, and your belly. Continue this for about 10 minutes. Over time, you'll notice a gentle warmth or a subtle pulsing in your abdomen. This isn't magic. It's you sending a clear message to your nervous system. I am safe. It is okay to relax. Next, let's talk about movement. Stress isn't just in our minds. It gets stored in our muscles, especially in the pelvis and lower back. This can make us feel stiff and disconnected from the lower half of our body. Let's gently wake this area up with a pelvic wave, staying on your back with your knees bent. Inhale and slowly tilt your pelvis so your lower back gently presses into the floor. Then, as you exhale, slowly tilt your pelvis the other way, creating a small curve under your lower back. Think of it as your tailbone, drawing a tiny arc. It's a slow, gentle, rocking motion. After a few minutes, you can try making small, smooth circles with your pelvis. First one way, then the other. Move slowly. Pay attention to any tightness or resistance, but don't force anything. Just breathe. Sometimes, as you release physical tension, emotions might come up. That's completely normal. It means your body is processing and reorganizing. Be kind to yourself. This simple practice improves circulation and helps your nervous system learn that movement can be safe and restorative. Now for a crucial concept, the black moon principle. Think about the moon. It isn't bright and full every single night. It has a phase where it becomes invisible. The new moon. It hasn't disappeared. It's just withdrawn to reset its cycle. This is a powerful model for our own energy. Modern life pushes us to be in sun mode all the time. Always on, always available, always productive. This is a direct path to burnout. Periods of deliberate withdrawal are not a luxury. They are a necessity. I want you to schedule what I call Black Moon Time. Once a week, for 30 to 60 minutes. Your only task is to be unavailable. Put your phone in another room. No messages, no chores, no social media. Just close the door, maybe dim the lights, and simply be. You don't have to meditate or achieve anything. Your only job is to let your system stop. At first, your mind will fight it, telling you it's a waste of time. That's precisely why you need this practice. By giving yourself this regular pause, you allow your nervous system to shift from stress into recovery. It's essential mental hygiene. Let's deepen this connection to our core, which is also a center of intuition and creativity. It's been called the second brain for a reason. When we're disconnected from it, our decisions come from a place of pressure, not clarity. Try this heart-core circuit. Sit comfortably and place one hand on your heart and the other on your lower abdomen. Close your eyes. As you inhale, imagine calm, warm energy moving from your heart down to your lower hand. As you exhale, imagine grounded stability moving from your lower belly back up to your heart. Create a gentle internal loop connecting your feelings and values with your stability and power. You can silently repeat, I am reconnecting with my center. Finally, let's talk about how you start your day. The first 30 minutes can make or break everything that follows. Most of us wake up and immediately grab our phones. We start the day reacting. Let's change that script. Here are the rules for a regenerative morning. First, when you wake up, don't touch your phone. Stay with your eyes closed for a moment. Notice your breath. Place your hands on your lower abdomen and take 5 slow breaths. Set a simple intention, like today, I will act from clarity, not rush. Second, rise slowly and with respect. Roll to your side before sitting up. Stretch gently. Third, drink a glass of water, imagining it gently waking up your internal systems. Fourth, Spend 10 to 15 minutes igniting your core with one of the practices we discussed. The core breathing or the pelvic wave. This is your internal preparation. Only after you've checked in with yourself do you engage with the outside world. This whole routine takes about 30 minutes. If you think you don't have time, consider this. Without these 30 minutes, you'll spend the rest of the day trying to find the focus and calm you never established. These practices, core, breathing, pelvic mobility, black moon time, and a regenerative morning routine are not mystical. They are practical, respectful steps to regulate your nervous system, reconnect with your body, and prevent burnout. You are rebuilding your internal system from the ground up, moving from reactivity to presence, from exhaustion to grounded power. By relighting this inner furnace, you create a stable foundation for everything you do. You're not just surviving anymore. You're building a life from a place of true, aligned strength. There comes a moment when a woman realizes, like this, I cannot continue. She is successful on paper, busy every hour, needed by everyone. But inside, something is empty. This chapter is about what happens when she stops fighting only with the outside world and starts rebuilding her inner reality. This is the return of the priestess, not as a mystical figure in a temple, but as a modern woman who finally makes her own state her first priority. In every ancient temple, there was a holy of holies, a room where only the initiated could enter. The most important rituals happened there. The deepest silence lived there. A modern woman also needs her own holy of holies. Not a metaphorical inner space only, but a real physical place in the real world. It can be a whole room, or just one corner of a bedroom. A chair by the window, a mat on the floor. Size doesn't matter. What matters is this. This space is hers. It is dedicated to one purpose, to help her remember who she is when the world gets too loud. How do you create a temple of silence? You choose a place and you claim it. You decide. This is where I return to myself. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be intentional. A candle, a small plant, a notebook, a meaningful object. Each item is chosen consciously. This is not interior design. This is the creation of an altar, a meeting point between the visible and the invisible, between your everyday life and your deeper self. And then, every day, even for 10 or 15 minutes, you come here, you sit, you breathe. You do nothing spectacular. From the outside, it looks like nothing. Inside, your system is tuning. Your energy is clearing. Your clarity is returning. In our world, work is measured by what can be seen. A house built, a project finished, money earned. But feminine work is different. It is the work with state, with clarity, with the quality of energy that fills a space. No one will praise you for how well you sat in silence today. No one will clap because you took 10 minutes to breathe and reconnect. And yet, this invisible work changes everything. A woman who takes care of her state starts to influence her world without pushing. Conflicts soften. Conversations become easier. Children calm down. Opportunities appear where before there was only resistance. She is no longer reacting from exhaustion. She is responding from alignment. The word responsibility often feels heavy, like duty, pressure, obligation. But in alchemical terms, responsibility means something else. Responsibility, the ability to respond consciously, instead of living as a victim of circumstances. As within, so without. The outer world mirrors the inner world. Your reality is not just what happens to you, it is what happens through you. A woman who owns her energy understands. She cannot control everything, but she can choose her practices, her priorities, her inner position. It's easy to say, I don't have time. I have work, children, family, obligations. The truth is, everyone is busy. The difference is not in time. The difference is in priorities. Women who feel fulfilled, healthy, and aligned do not have extra hours in their day. They simply decide, my state is non-negotiable. Because if I collapse, everything else collapses with me. Alchemy is not a single big event. It is small, repeated actions over time. 10 minutes of breathing in the morning, a few minutes of gentle movement, 15 minutes in your temple of silence, 30 minutes of deep rest once a week. At first, nothing seems to change. Then, slowly, you notice. You recover faster. You react less sharply. You know more clearly what is a yes and what is a no. After a month, you feel different inside. After 3 months, people around you notice. After a year, your previous life feels like a different story. The story of a woman who was always tired, always available, and always last in her own list of priorities. The return of the priestess is not about robes, rituals, or titles. It is about a woman who finally remembers. I am responsible for the quality of my own presence. My state is my true work. My life is my laboratory. She still lives in the modern world. She still works, loves, helps, creates. But now, she moves from a different place, from a quiet center, from a protected temple, from a responsibility that feels like freedom, not like a sentence. This is the woman the world needs now. Not endlessly exhausted, not constantly apologizing, but clear, grounded, and present. The gates are open. The practices are simple. The path is in front of you. All that remains is a decision, to begin and not to stop. If you're still here, watching my videos, I want to say something simple. Thank you. In a world of endless noise and distractions, the fact that you choose to spend your time here means more than you can imagine. It means you're one of those rare people who wants to go deeper, question reality, and look inside yourself, not just outside. I'm honestly happy that there are people who share these interests, these questions, this search for meaning. So if you feel this space resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who might need it. Your support helps this content reach more people who are also quietly searching. Thank you for being here, really.